guys, welcome to the Athfix. From this video onwards, I am going to create a new tutorial that regards to Numpy. By talking about a Numpy is Python library that is used to create the arrays, and the main function of the Numpy revolves around the linear algebra, matrix, and the Fourier transform. And the Numpy has a lot of uses in data science, data visualization, and the machine learning. And talking about the corporate use of the NumPy is used in the Walmart, and it was used in the Trivago and the Tokopedia. First of all, before discussing about the NumPy arrays, I had to discuss about what is the difference between a list and an array. Well, we have discussed about the list in our previous videos in the Python playlist. Well, list is a Python data type that is used to create a set of elements that can be stored into a one variable, and using that variable we can able to access every element. And a list can able to store multiple datas of different data type. For example, in a single array we can able to store the integers, or what we call as the numbers, and we can able to store the string, and we can able to store the list in lists itself, what we call as a nested list. And we can able to access all of them using the negative indices. On the top of that, we can able to perform the string operation, the what we call as a string operation, like the concatenation and the slicing. What we do with the strings, we can able to do the same thing with the list, and we can able to access whole of the list at one time. These are the operation what we used to perform with the list. But there are a limitation with the list. Actually, the list, we can able to create only a shorter sequence of a list. We can able to create 20 cross 20 elements of a single list, but we cannot go beyond that because it become very expensive, and it cannot work beyond that. On top of that, it cannot handle any arithmetic operation, as a list cannot operate any arithmetic operations. And therefore we came across the array. Actually, arrays are the first thing that are created. On top of that, we have linked list. With inspiration from the linked list, we have created the list. Here in the array, we're gonna declare some of the spaces, like we are using 50 elements in a single array. We first declare that. After that, we're gonna use the arrays. And here array can have up to 5,000 elements into a single variable. Therefore we gonna use this array for the data visualization and different kinds of a thing. On top of that, we can able to perform the arithmetic operations on that particular elements of that array. And these numpy arrays are 50 extras faster than the list, and these are stored in continuous memory location. For example, if we have a array of 10 elements, and we have element from 1 to 10, here the one element is, if one element is stored in a 200 address, like it's a address pointer, where if that particular one is stored in the 200 address place, then the 2 is stored in 201, and 3 is placed in 202. Like this, it is stored continuously in the memory location, but whereas the list are not stored in any of the continuous memory location. As you can have a look at here, the CPU means the amount of memory that this particular array are using is very less, and we can able to perform the arithmetic operation on every element. Well, for the purpose of NumPy, I'm not going to use any of the inbuilt the IDE what I installed in my computer. Rather than I'm going to use the Google Colab, because Google Colab will provide a lot of stuff and you don't need to install anything on your machine. You just have to go into this colab.research.com, and it's a kind of a Jupyter notebook that you're gonna install. You don't have to install anything, just have to go into this link, and it will bring you back to this page. Just click on the file and say new notebook, and you're gonna create a new notebook which you have to name. When this particular page loads on your computer, you just have to name here, like I'm gonna name this particular file as a numpy dot I'm going to use numpy. After that, you have to start with your code. Well, if you are using a normal IDE like VS Code, you just have to install pip install, like pip install that particular numpy. Like here I'm going to go with pip install and numpy. After this, it's gonna be installed in this particular system. After that, we can go with this numpy array. Because it was pre-installed in this particular IDE, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to import that particular library. Import numpy. Well, we have the numpy. After that, I'm going to take a variable a, to which I am going to assign this numpy dot array. Means it is gonna import that particular array method, in which I have to save the numbers like 1 2 3 4 5. Like I successfully created an array using the numpy, in which I have 5 elements starting from 1 to 5, and you just have to run here. And after when you complete the running, you just have to create a new code in which you have to add a, because we have initialized this particular numpy array with a. I just have to run, and it is gonna create this whole array like from 1 to 5, like we have successfully created. And if you want to access any of the single element, you just have to say array of 0. It is going to access that single element. Like here we have the 1, with therefore we have access it 1. Well, after this I am going to discuss about the different kinds of array. Like we have the different dimensions, that includes the 0D array and 1D array, 2D array, 3D array, and multiple dimension array. First of all, if you have created any array using only single element and the single bracket, this is termed as a 0D array. If you have created any of the array, like I created numpy dot array, and you have one bracket and multiple elements in it, in such cases it is termed as 1D array. If you have created any of the array like numpy array, and you have 2 brackets and you are creating the elements here, like I am creating 1 2 3 and 4 5 6, because I used 2 of the arrays. Here we have the 1 array and here we have the 2 array. This is normally termed as a 2D array. And after that we have 3D array. Here I initialize d with the numpy dot array, and after that I am going to use some 3 arrays. Here I am going to say 1 2 3, and after that I am going to say 4 5 6. After that I am going to say 7 8 9, and I successfully created a 3D array. After that we have the multidimensional array. To create that, as simple as that, you have to have a multiple square brackets, so that you want to create a multidimensional array. And how to check whether these are 1D array, 2D array, 3D array? We have some method. To check that method, I just run this particular program. After that I am going to add a new code. Here I am going to add like print, and I just say a dot ndim, and this is going to print the dimension of that particular array. Like we have the a, and the n dimension is 1. As you can have a look at here, for the b it is showing 1, and for the c it is showing I think 2, and for the d it is gonna show us 3. And this is how we are going to deal with the dimensions of those array. Well, do subscribe our channel for regular updates. Thank you.